Na parking alafu ni tumuisi. Good morning. It's a Monday. Nakuragenda kutetenkanya dunia. How are you, my people? Yeah. You're good? You never get it all back. Dedication to you guys. All of you guys that are making money. That is a dedication to you. Kanjidenam.
When you play with your chance, you gotta use it to right. You never get it over. When you play,
and you never take it all serious.
cause you want thing to do.
A genius. If the clock stop,
What always have now, but you know it's not how this is gonna go down. So don't wait, don't waste, don't take for granted. Let's use what we've been handed. Even if you don't understand it, life is sick and it's just taking while you figure it out. Jordan. Cause you know the life goes. Yeah, you gotta step into the flow. Sometimes you gotta chase it. It is what you make it.
you gotta think about your life and think about your future and the woman and the things you wanna give. Kuba makafana nyinga genze muleba unokola chinga gambi agenda.
I had a dream about a man that never been. And reality was standing right in front of me. You can write me, hold tightly, and fight for a mic. Never know what makes you mighty. Let us your things slip through your quick. And live life without regretting your judgment. Wait,
Hold up, I'm right here now.
you and me, this is ours.
Muna baba traffic ngatambula watu ngomanya alengedeyo chirole. That's the only reason they come forward. Lorry is a sure deal.
Yeah, you gotta step into the flow. Sometimes you gotta chase it. And it's what you make it. This moment is a candle melting.
Maybe you never get another one.
This moment is a flower wilting.
If in the water, it will done.
This moment is a planet tilting.
Take it, you might tilt with it.
This moment won't last, it'll be out of our grasp fast. This thing you call the present is already.
Hiyo Nissan ya blue body. That's the new Nissan blue body.
East meets west.
But you know,
This sucks.
the Nissan blue body is one of the iconic Nissan cars in Uganda. Like the Nissan blue bad is all literally indestructible. The only problem with those cars is the spares. Spare. That's the difficulty with most of those cars that are not Toyota. They are all not bad cars, but spare. Good morning, Moses, Heath, Nelson, Joshua, Abdul, Michael, Balvit, Antonio, and Amim. How are you? Nabari Mukamori. How many comments? But how is your Monday? Yeah? The Monday looks promising. What day? Bikanga atenkube na atonya, ila ikanga enkube eta atonye. Kati envuga ya wano bataxi bagisobola. Nyina bifo byesisiza. Matatela. Good morning. So, unwritten rules of the road. Of course, they are the written rules. And majority of those rules, they don't even teach them to us. The first rule you need to understand in Uganda is that as long as there is a police post ahead, or if there is a roadblock ahead, even if the line is broken, don't overtake even when it's safe. They will stop you and they will tell you overtook in a wrong place. That's unwritten. It's unwritten anywhere in the world. It's not. They should not be fining you, but they will fine you. That's an unwritten rule. A broken line that comes before a police post, a police roadblock, is a solid line. Because you know that where there is a broken line like this place, I can literally overtake. Now, if in front of markets or police, immediately that line becomes solid. I don't know if I make sense. Because police that's unwritten. The other unwritten rule on the Ugandan roads, and by the way, guys, feel free to share your unwritten rules. Because for not to Uganda to unwritten. Good morning, Paddy. Good morning, Black Book. Avana Moina Manya. Serei Joshua, good morning. Semuga Jovan, good morning. What are some of the unwritten rules that you think other people should know? Uganda, because it's important for you to understand. So actually, I think this is the most important rule on the road. You can't argue with the police. You can't argue with police. I remember there is a time the police is always right. I think that's the right way to put it. The police is always right. Always right. Always. Is it always? Always. Always. Why? It's there. So why did they put it? But when you're talking about the pads, guys, it's always. There is the Vitz. That's the new Vitz. That's a 2012-2014 model. Munyidabi. Kapia nyo. Kamilioni asatu oba mu 2. Olane Vitz kati mu bondi ya milioni 3 mu 2. Mukama atusasire je tulaga. Mukama atusasire. But of course that's the 2012 model. That is at 32 million. Zinenda zili milioni 2 mu 2, 2 mu 3. Where what? So what are some of the unwritten rules that you know that other people should know? Sometimes you don't argue with police. The policeman is always right. The policeman can say you are driving recklessly even when you are not driving recklessly. The policeman can get your permit and hide it and say you refuse to give it to him and you won't argue with him. The policeman can say your car is a DMC. Why? Majority of the cars on the road are DMCs, right? By the way, how? A car is supposed to have a fire extinguisher. Giovanni, a fire extinguisher tata. Wanji, a car is supposed to have a fire extinguisher. If your car has no fire extinguisher, it's a DMC. It's in dangerous motor vehicle. It is in dangerous condition for other road users. Kubawe kwato mundu bato toina ngenda kula extinguisher yange najireka mu korora ngenda gule ya VTs. I think that's a flare. A car is also supposed to have a flare so that when you get into emergency situations, you can light that flare and have people come to your rescue. Okay? A car is supposed to have an emergency box or a first aid box. How many cars in Uganda, especially the private ones, how many of them of our cars have those things? Wanji, obansinikire muri ebinyo. Do you realize that majority of the cars on Ugandan roads are DMCs now? Exactly. So a traffic officer bwatatuma moroka yo DMC abata yagadde. I was talking to an officer and he told me that if we started going by the law, you guys would not be on the road, we would also not be on the road. They are not supposed to be on the road. Like there are zones where we drive 50 kilometers when you're supposed to actually be driving 30 kilometers under the law. Chigozi Stanley, good morning. David, good morning. Clark Raim, good morning. Good morning. Amin, a blessed week to you too, Hanapa. I take the blessings. Ngenda kerera kukola ku podcast studio yaffe. Leero nalibadde nga touch ups nzikola n'enzimala. Nalibadde nkola touch ups n'enzimala olwaleero luno. I want to do a test podcasting and nzeka, record it, edit it and upload it. And then I schedule an appointment with our first guest, Dr. Ranga. Dr. Jonathan Bobolaba, now in Zija. At this time, I want an appointment over here who are Nebonobo because the night shift. Or Jen Kubuze Bibuzo Raivum Kuoche. Abana bambaga mambuno mchara bwabanga ali waiting busiri mutakwata. That's the first question that I would give Dr. Jonathan. Takwata basajja bakazi basigala abakwata. So, unwritten rules on the road. Of course, there are written rules that you guys don't want to add hereby. You're supposed to give the car in front of you a considerable amount of space so that in case but it's a 2-second rule, I think, but me, I don't follow the 2-second rule. I make sure that I see the bumper of the car in front of me. Why? I want to make sure that in case my brakes fail at any one moment, I can brake and not get to that car. Which for me, that's the rule I go with. Kaundo hiyo banange. Na njagala kwepikira kaundo ke nalabya kaundo ya via ningevuga 8 kilometers per liter. Njagala kwepikira kaundo era mukama wampera mwe toke bwati. Mujja kunsa naye sijja vuga kaundo, njja vuga kuruga. Kaundo etanyo suspension. Ate kuruga tekikola. Emoroka endala gye nalina epikira ali eyo Mark X. That one. Mark X nalinja epikira nyo. But of course, you know the way I do my mathematics in this Moroccan peers. Katimula about the kaundo we bought, the last kaundo we bought. Twasubula busubuzi. Iyo kaundo that man abagana kujigula. I had like 2 traders that were ready. Try to bagai waro wano kaundo. Nga tujiwaweza agaba we batajigula mu mpite. Ngagenda jigula agitwali. Agitune millions zenga 3 because it was literally perfect. So the unwritten rules. One of the unwritten rule is that only overtake if you are safe. Don't simply overtake. Again, that is another unwritten rule. Omuntu alina akagombe mu vile. Asola n'okukuba essasi. Abantu abalina obugombe mu vile. Okitegeera. Abantu abalina gwe kasita owulira akagombe vaayo so that they go. That's another unwritten rule. Then the unwritten rule that probably people should get a hang of, sometimes wesonyiwa abantu kasita owulira ng'ekintu kye bakoze si kyamaanyi nnyo kyesonyiwa bajja kukuba essasi. People have guns and the people who have guns like 70% of them tebategeera. Okitegeera 30% yetegeera. Abantu bangi abalina emmundu nga tebalina kuba nazo. Abatamiivu. There are some low ranking officers I think that should not be having private guns. Okitegeera nga kwegamba obwongo bwe tebulina kubakiwalinga. I think sometimes they just want to prove that they are big. Like a general can have a gun notamanya na kumanya. A colonel can have a gun notamanya na kumanya. Captains can have. Naye kurutu ne bamuwe mundu. Atambula nga ayagala buli muntu alabe nti ayine mundu. Okitegeera probably to throw their weight around. Okitegeera oba kurutu yabera kulanka ki. Nenze manyi nti kurutu bwe twalabanga filimu za jingo kurutu yoli asimba gye eri wansi. Okitegeera. But of course there are also some other dudes. Ababera ne mundu nga either baguze engule kanayagala okulaga amaanyi. So the unwritten rule is don't shout at someone unless he's your neighbor, because waba neighbor wo osobola okumanya oyo amaji si bwa amaji ayine mundu tayina bwaba neighbor wo abantu betusanga mukubwe don't join people. The road rage they can in Morocco. I think that's the one thing that I appreciate with having my windows up all the time. They can't eno tebampulira ole kanira omusajja n'avamu nakuba ekiso n'avuga n'agenda. Mujjukira what happened Kanyamunyu yakuba omwana essasi. Yes, Kanyamunyu lost some of his time in prison. Then he paid, but the guy died. The guy died. Also, bw'okulubya emmoroka y'omuntu yogera bulungi naye. Of course, now the case of Kanyamunyu, who did not even give the guy time to speak. There are people like that abatategeera nga tebalina magezi kati abantu ng'oyo guy nga kanyamunyu okulwa ku moroka eka esimpuka banacho mbamula babane guys. I think we need to get maturity. We need to get to the point where we know that a car is a tool of transport. A car is a means of, it doesn't matter what abantu abajeregenda kuzunga agamba mbu abavuga vitis ne paso bavuga means of transport, abavuga kaundo be bavuga emmoroka. Fena tutuuka gye tulaga okitegeera, fena tutuuka gye tulaga. That's the thing, and that's what we are looking for. Fena tunoonya kutuuka gye tukola ki gye tulaga. Kati yes, it means kaundo ne weba yemmoroka eyakabye ennyo, emmoroka ebakutte ya bbulaaka mugirabeeyo eruddewo mu kabanda kano, eruddewo ebakuttemu. So we are all driving means of transport okitegeera. Arthur naawe otya marketing nze basically emmoroka zonna nzitya kasaza soka nga suka 1500 zonna nzitya. Arthur, have you seen the accident via Rohanga the journalist posted on X where one impatient driver was hit by the Amelan cruiser and the other cars going off-road? No, I've not seen it. I'm going to look for it. I've not seen it. Let me go through. And I was on X at 4 a.m. I wonder how I didn't see that. It's recruit, still underground training. In fact, not qualified yet for soldiering. Kuruta bata naita nafuka musirikali mujuvu. Aba amasha. Kuruta bera amasha. The Land Cruiser was moving at unrealistic speeds. By the way, those guys that drive those government Land Cruisers and Army Land Cruisers sometimes are urumba chisusa, but that's also another unwritten rules. If you see an army car, move away. There is no way you're going to argue with the army. You see a police truck coming, move away. There is no way you're going to argue with the police. So the goal is idiotic drivers are idiotic drivers, whether they're in the army, whether they're in the police, whether they are driving ministry vehicles. Idiotic drivers are idiotic drivers. You get it? So if you can get out of their way, get out of their way. Even if it's a taxi driver, if you can get out of that guy's way, get out of his way. Trust me, it's better for you to get to work late than to not get there at all. I think that's a lesson that I've taught myself. Now that's eventually common sense. We live in a country where someone can come and claim your land. Inga city na inga achimanyi. Na claiming, he even pays army guys to come and protect the land that is not his. He breaks your house on land that is not his. So if people can do something that is as grave as that, taking another person's land, because that's big. Just scratching a car would not be hard for them. Knocking your car would not be hard for them. I remember there is a Christmas year 2022. This year 2021. This year 2022. The Benz guy here took corner from behind. Yali ata midday. Kati we park at a Total to try and sort ourselves. Nzija okwogera ne guy nga abala atanga. Sina kubala ata kuli kwali kwogera bubi. You just want money out of me. Tell me how much money you want. Ndozangara uzangena musabe 5. Nempita makanika atumusabe emitwalo 5. Natandika okwagala okwogera obulungi. There is a way a lot of money can make people become human. Ndozera manyi era mugamba ye 10. Makanika bwe yajja n'abalabala bampa bikibi lwakuba munani nazirya. Era ga bikibi ne mugaka tuwe emitwalo 4 mu 5 fe tugende twekolere emmoroka yaffe. Okisegeera. Nasoka yenyola ne muga tuyite wano police emmoroka yo bagitwale ku police. Okitegeera? Because I know some people also. Nange nyinamu abantu abatonotono bemmanyi abasobola okubaako kye bakola. Guy n'agamba okay, give me your Airtel money number nenjimuwa. Then he sent me the money. Ne makanika ne muwe ekizike ne muga agenda oli Christmas. Kati ate nange ziriyo nazikozesa kinazirya. That's the thing with money that is shenga nagulirawo bumper. But of course later on we fixed the bumper. And the bumper has never had another problem. Chembamula bebisede mbo papa kugula ebintu ebipi oboyo nona. Just fix, kati we fix the Corolla bumper, it has never had another problem. Arthur, I accepted to leave SUVs for the rich. Good morning, Lucky Mose. Boaz, SUVs was naked. But you guys, one thing you guys need to also understand, that life is too short. If you have some money, why not drive that car? Especially you guys that live near. For me, it's understandable if I drive these small cars. Because a big car would cost me a lot. Like in a Kaundo, I'd probably be using like 70,000 a day, which is a lot of money. But for you people that live over the Chireka or Kolidamu town, that's like 10 kilometers. 10 from Chireka to Kampala. You drive a Kaundo. You'll be using like 20-25,000 every day. The same amount I'm using a Beda Waranyeri. I think I've Kakamoru Kakato. So for you guys that live near, when you finally shift and go to your house that is very fine, you'll sell that expensive car, that SUV, and come to the level, come to our level. Simu will be. Good morning, Ronald. How about true? It was moving so fast, but it was a highway. What do you expect? I told about Duka Kubuno Bukudu. Kati o moroka ya majena ja kuruno rukudu. Fina tuvayo. Good morning, Arthur. I'm live from Mbali. How is Mbali, Emmanuel Kabale? Is Mbali good? You guys, the reason why I like upcountry towns. You guys, your towns are organized. Your towns are organized. If everything is where it should be. That's the people from long ago planned. I don't know what KCCA and these other city councils are doing. All the buildings have no parking, yet we have cars these days. The street parking is not enough. After someone knocked me once and we settled, they sent me mobile money. After I left, the person initiated a reversal. One thing I've realized about mobile money, when they send you money, shift it to your bank account immediately there and then. That's why you guys need mobile banking. The moment they send you money like this, shift it to your mobile banking. Actually, all the money I have on my Airtel money now can take to bank. Let me put all that money on the banks. Because there are people that have sent me deposits for pre-purchase inspection. But you guys tell me, when someone initiates a reversal, do you get a notification that money has been reversed? Do you get a notification when someone reverses money? Good morning, Arthur. The Mark X provides almost similar mileage per liter like the Primo on long distance, and with comfortability second to none. Me, the one reason why I am actually considering testing those big cars, let me find one of my people that has a Mark X. Choyogera koto chimanyi muganda wange. Choyogera koto chimanyi. Choyogera koto chimanyi. Nywa. Sinza kati nchirowozezako. I know someone that has a Mark. Mujukire uliwe wampa Mark $2,000. Nenjiteka mu ekiziki. Nachitera muka wanda bajimpera. Nenzire wange. Ngendo kuvayo nga nyino okwongera mu ekitwala awo. Si mitwalo mukaaga. I think that's the very day I said, let me go get a car. The sky looks nice, right? Arthur, my dad has a TX 2012 and it has a spare tire. I can't read. Let me read when I get to the point where I can read. How is 2024 so far? The unwritten rules. Unwritten rules. The other unwritten rule probably you need to know, especially about those lorry drivers. Most of those lorry drivers are uneducated. Majority of them are uneducated. They are not civilized. Let me tell you the thing that education gives us that people don't talk about. You see, the years that you finish, you learn more than school work. You learn to live with people. You learn to apologize. You learn to give people way. You learn that you're not the best. There are so many things that we learn in school that people that have not gone to school will never learn. Which we learn that because you can be in this school for O level and you find that someone comes from a very rich family. Then in A level, you go to another school. Atenga oli ata omugaga singo oli ngate yali hambo. Ebintu byonna tubiyiga mu masomero. Abantu abatasoma tebajja biyiga. That's what happens with majority of those lorry drivers. Tebasoma. It's a fact. So engeri gye bakwatamu ebintu byabwe very crude. Too crude. Nti oyo omusajja wa lolo omulaba. Omusajja wa lolo oyo ajanga yefuze kubo boina muviira. I think this is something you learn with maturity. In the past, nalinga nemerayo, but now I've learned that you lose nothing if you give them away. That's another unwritten rule. Because the majority of them, the lorries are not even theirs. Akukurubra na jisula wa uye na agenda. Nono nyane nyinyo ne kubula na akubula. No bivako buvinga atoko zeros. Those lorry drivers are literally uneducated and they are unexposed, because uneducated would be something that you can ignore if someone is exposed. Because exposure, you see, the people that go abroad, that person will be exposed up to the point where that they know how to handle certain situations. They know how to give way, even when they are not the person supposed to give way. Exposure is a very good thing, by the way. Exposure is a very good thing. That's why you find that some big companies will easily give someone a job in university in South Africa, Kenya, because they know this person has seen different cultures, has been educated by different people, probably more exposed people, and so exposure is also a very good thing. But these guys, chiringa border. Ababoda nabo tebali exposed. The majority of them, at least, okitegeera tebali exposed. Kyovola bantu beeyisanga bwe beeyisa. Nti waboda ayinza okutomera emmoloka y'ababoda bane bajja ne bakuba. Okitegeera. Owaboda asobola okutomera naye man ka Alex katono nnyo. Oba kano lwakuba kano kale kokuba kalina obupiira bu 13. I think it's the tires that are small. Arthur, my dad has a TX 2012 and it has a spare tire at the back. Kati, the cover of that spare tire was stolen on the first. I went to look for it and it cost 1 million. Just a mere cover of spare tire. Why don't you go and make your own? Make your own. Why are you buying that particular one? Go and buy your own. Muzei, okola nyo ne kankuliteko. Why don't you go to Nasa Road and make your own? It will not cost you $1 million. I think the one thing that I'm going to do today, I'm going to put nails number plate here. Misumari. Because I want to sort of abayitaga spanner to like unscrew them. But anyway, the year has begun to set trans okudayo routines zaffe eza bulijjo. So, unwritten rules for the road. Borders have a right of way. Ida bulaba wa boda nga yekulukunya ku motoka yo gwa abamuviira. Borders have a right of way. I think the thing with borders in town, it's political. They can never take borders out of town. They can never. So we have to live with these borders. We have to live with these borders. If you expect those huge truck drivers to act civilized, that's on you. They don't care about right of way. They enter the road for overtake for exactly. Arthur, have you seen twafunye da a Tesla owner in Uganda? We owoza kawondo kunywa mafuta. Who is that Tesla owner? But I think I'm not in the news. Annie, good morning, Pius. But you chucked our Namukade. Namukade kola sente. Since na jicha our Namasaga. Do you know how many people are offering me money and bago? Saga moroka ngibajirike webere. Eri nywanga vitizi. Atenga tu nywanga vitizi enkadi. Enywanga vitizi yakava mu bondi. Sha. Namukade tayina jera ganeka tanti namukade. The other guy uses it to make money. He pays me properly. Lwaki nji mujjako. Okitegeera. Ansasula bulungi sente zange. Sina nsonga lwaki mbanje mujjako. Nenga ekyali bulungi kuba I see that car every day. Agifaako. The black Tesla, everyone's still asking the owner. It's a fresh import. People have money, by the way. People have money, Herbert. Good morning, Mehdi. How are you today? So, the other unwritten rule that the unwritten rule or the other unwritten rule on the road is traffic officers want money. They do. And it's not bad for them to want money because literally everywhere you go, people want money. In you, it's like something that is happening with culture these days. Ugandans no longer work for the good of anything apart from money. Majority of them. Okitegeera okujjako nga atayina kyafuna mu ngera ziba sente. Okitegeera. So when you see a traffic officer on the road, he's not there to do you a favor. He has children to feed. So bw'oba ovuga emmotoka ng'eri mu mbeera mbi, the best thing for you to do for yourself, for the good of your family, for the good of your well-being, is carry money. 5,000, 5,000. Osoka n'omusimba ettaano. Omusango we guba munene nnyo kale ng'omuwa omutwalo. But don't panic. When you go on the road, don't panic. The unwritten rule is that these guys need money. But don't panic. No matter what, don't panic. Webera n'enkumi zo ttaano ogumira awo mugamba afande siri bulungi. Bagain ebiri ayinza okugaana ozikwata naye etaano kiba kizibu kuba etaano sebo sente zigula lanchi. Era bwakukwata ng'olina probably omusango gw'okoze. Era naye moroka ennungi, moroka empya zino. To maintain speed limit is hard. I'm literally struggling to maintain the 70 kilometers per hour speed limit. Yiyo, warning ye eri kubbala. But I'm struggling, but I'm going to maintain it. 68. I'm a law-abiding citizen, by the way. Now, that rule is written. On highways, they compare to vuga 70 to 80 kilometers per hour. Northern bypass, it's 70 kilometers per hour. So it's the best thing for you to drive 65, 69. So the unwritten rule on the road is traffic officers want money. Bagara sente. Tibagara chidala chonna bagara sente. Now always walk with money. Better ne change. 15 12 Actually, wali badengo inamo bwetano ngabu no bwebiri ngabu. Izo sente zibireza mu motoka za kwekumisa. Nadalanga for you guys that drive cars that don't have that miss some things, or you guys that drive badly, beranga mune change etano bazigana gatta kebbiri omweka sanvu tosoka gaba mutwalo gwa wamu. That's a lot of money. Actually nze tunyumya nze byemba gamba nze sigaba sente sigaba artist ompe chipapula because I want to learn. When natandika okugaba sente, I'm going to get it into me that buli wabana nyimiriza ngaba sente. Ere moroka yange bwebe weddeko emipiira afande nanyimiriza nangamba ate moroka yote ina mipiira ngamba afande ngenda jigula mugamba nsonyiwa ngenda genda njigule. I will go and buy the tires. Osegeera I will go and that's my responsibility because my family moves in this car. Era bw'alemerako n'atayagala kunsonyiwa ng'ayagala kumpa kipapula nga afadde kasitaba osazeewo kimpingende okitegeera because ebipapula ebyo bijja for a reason. I'm sure those guys get commission also, but ebipapula ebyo bijja to instill discipline in us nti emmotoka y'emipiira bwe giba giweddeko gula emipiira. It's as simple as that okitegeera. But we as Ugandans tugize enguzi, tumanyidde okugaba enguzi to the extent nawe ebintu ebikuyamba temukyayagala bikola. Emipiira giggwako ekifo ky'okugula emipiira n'oyagala ogaba omutwalo okitegeera. Gula emipiira even if you buy two tires, sooka ogula emipiira egisooka gizza emabega kuba emabega ne bwotakola wheel alignment, then egyo maaso bwona ogigula ogende okole wheel alignment okitegeera. Good morning. Insereko starch ngenda kusoma comment eyo shortly. Bypass mbadde nduyinza okuyita kantu ako mukama katonda akabeerako jjamu nerero kwali ozi tubadde mu festive season temubeera naye mwe the sky looks really beautiful Samsung yena engeri gyeggira ekifaananyi kwegamba nonaddala nga oli Bulaaya kumbe oli Uganda. Yesterday I was seeing the video by some guy agamba nti if you escape Uganda n'ogenda mu nsi endala kebe Rwanda oba you have escaped Guyana. I don't know why he said that. Like me, I find that Uganda, yes, it's not that favorable, but I find that Uganda is actually a good country. Which take it, politics aside, if you leave politics out of these things, people struggle everywhere. By the way, people struggle everywhere, and I find that Uganda is one of those countries where leave politics aside, because majority of the suffering that we have in our country is political based. But if the politics is out, singogezako okwewala nimwe abantu nga batomera nnyo kano ka police car wano ku Northern bypass kisasa nga kajjudde emmotoka za accident. You people, how do you drive? Muvuga mutye emmotoka no ziriwo emmotoka nga 15 zonna zaatomera ate zonna zaatomera kuva mu maaso. Muvuga mutye emmotoka. So I want to read Starch's comment. But the unwritten rule of you giving traffic officers money, we should stop it as a people. One of the reasons I did a government bid once. Nagenda ko bidding on the government project once, and then I gave up on those projects. Why? I gave up on them because when someone reverses money, do you get a notification? Probably ampeza sentence sindikire ku account without thinking. Neme kulinda kola reverse. Mwe enguzi fe tugendo girwanyisa. Nze kyangana okuddamu okubiddinga ku government projects yenguzi. Nagana. I refused because for me it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense okugaba enguzi ate nga nsabye market price. Like for example, I'm bidding on a project where I have to create a play, and the ministry wants me to give them the best offer. And the ministry wants me to give them a best offer. So I give them the best offer. After me offering them the best offer, then some officer from that ministry comes, I got 20%. I've seen people that struggle. I've had a story of someone that actually went bankrupt. Nayavuana ne nyumba na agitunda. Buli kyabugagga kye nakola ki. Buli kyabugagga kye n'akitunda. Why? Because he went and did the project. The sentence zitajja. Even the money did not come. even the money did not come. Kati musajja watu nayavwa naddira ddala no ku zero natandika n'okwekweka abantu abamu. So ekyo because me I don't believe in that. I'm one person that believes that if you're going to hire me based on my capabilities. Era twakikayanangako ne mama abani when we are still dating, because I'm one person that I don't dress for the occasion. I'm not that kind of person. I'm going for a meeting katika nyambale suti and all. I'm one person that doesn't really do that. I believe that, and I've been lucky to be like that. When people call me to go talk about things, because they know I can do something very well, so they don't really care about how I'm dressed. So I can come in my t-shirts. Of course I come in good t-shirts though. I can come in my t-shirts and they will not bother. So I'm one person that I've always believed that. And actually I think that I was meant to be like that. Omwaka gwe nasinga okubiramu ebikalu, gwe mwaka gwe nasinga okubeereramu omwavu. That year I struggled a lot. Ndozanga mukama agezaako okungamba ate ebyebikalu biveeko. You are not made for that. Yambala ebi-t-shirt byo. Okitegeera. Okay, Arthur, good morning. I humbly request you again, broadcast people with cars as means of income to update us on dues and other issues as far as employment is concerned. The taxi truck, I'm going to do that. Ngenda bali taka to podcast. Sagala kyagala gende okubeera na sound quality endi. Njagala studio njimale bulungi. I'm thinking nyizo jimala olwaleero bulungi. Then I start bringing people to talk about those businesses. However, I will not be allowing people to share their phone numbers to protect for the love of cars. Why? Senga ogende w'omuntu nga for the love of cars yemrecommendinze na kuyaya, it will stain our name. So I'll bring people, I will engage them. The only person whose number I shared was Chigozi Ali, the taxi guy. It's because I know that guy to be a very honest man. Na someone from O level. So I know him very well. And that was the last. Sigera kudamu sharing a number ya muntu yenna. You get it? So I'll bring them to the podcast, but I'll not be sharing. Apart from the people that have been like part of the community, like if like Dr. Ranga has a private practice, or Dr. Jonathan Abubo, I'll definitely be letting where to find them. But that's because they are part of the community. Which take it, people that are in the for the love of cars community, then those we can share. Arthur, what business card do you recommend at a budget of 15 million? What business are you going to be doing though? It's important for me to also understand the kind of business you're going to be doing. Good morning, Council Patrick. Good morning, Travel Life Vlog. Lucky Mose, in Gulf countries, you will never see traffic officers standing on the road. I know that traffic officers being on the road is them wanting money. They already know that most lorries, it is respecting a mateka. Good morning, Derek. For your frustration here, Uganda is a blessed country. I think so. Uganda is blessed. I think we just have some challenges that can be solved by a change of leadership. I think the change was like if we got the young leaders, like I was talking with JK. I think it was the day before, the day we bought his car, or the day after, and I was talking to him and I was telling him, JK, with all your knowledge, why don't you guys come back to Uganda and you develop the country? We need young people like you that have gotten the experience, the exposure, the education and the knowledge. We need their knowledge. And then JK told me a story. Nangamba, he has a friend of his, Nayari in Denmark. He's an engineer, like software and all. And that friend of his was ambitious in the beginning. He came to Uganda. To build something in Uganda. And he wrote a proposal. He even had funders. Now yet moving the paperwork to the right people that can give it a go ahead. Million US dollars. Guy nabigezako tebigaana nakwata obusawo bwe nadde e Bulaaya So it's, I think we just need some people that have been exposed enough to know that life doesn't revolve around you having a lot of apartments. Life doesn't revolve around you moving around in V8s. Life doesn't revolve around you having like 10 officers guarding you. Like if you do the right thing, because literally, like there is no time that I've thought of, okay, maybe I should harm this government person. I should harm this government person. Like why would I even think of that? And I know we are majority of Ugandans. In leadership positions. Let them just do their job. Then they will not like in places like Europe. You sit in the train with the minister. You sit in a restaurant with the minister, and there is no problem. That's because they do what they are supposed to do. I think. Anyway, after I've been watching VITS reviews at night. Naenda VITS 2013 1.3. Na Marayo is Moroka Bupia. It's new technology. But they literally have the same engine, like the engine that I have in this VITS. 5256, what's up? Come base, good morning. They have the same engine, a little bit improved, but it's the same engine. But I would not buy a VITS at 32 million. That's a lot of money. Ngatake million. Ngazizo nengula nuwa valvematic. I would not buy a VITS at 30 something million. Because it's not going to give you better mileage than the newer that has a valvematic engine. That's a fact. The valvematic might even give you better mileage. Good morning, Joko. Unwritten rules. The other unwritten rule you guys need to understand, to know, is that in Uganda, if you're richer than the person that you're either quarreling with, fighting with, you pay. That's the rule in Uganda. Boba mugaga ngo singo omuntu gwokayana na gwasasula. Deep in coffee, good morning. The unwritten rule is, if you're involved in an accident with a bicycle, you pay the bicycle. If you're involved in an accident with a border, it doesn't matter who is in wrong. You pay the border, unless you know big people. Okay, if let's say they're in wrong and everyone sees it's clear, you go and still pay for the repairs of your car. Otherwise, you're going to waste time and still end up paying for your repairs. Majority of these guys don't actually have a lot of money. You see, for example, the border guys. You want to do transport business, Michael. Transport business, I don't know, transport business. If it's not trucks, you can buy a Sienta, you can buy Raktis. The Wish at 15 might not be good, I'm telling you. You can probably buy a Corolla like mine, I know you can get it. You can buy a VITS like the one I'm driving, the new model. Which other car? There, 15. Raum old model? No, Raum new model. Like, but the Rumions are not so many now, but you could probably get a Rumion as well. What other car? What other car that can be used for transport? Yeah, but for now you have those options. You can try to work with those options. I'm sure you can get Amina Juko. So what was I talking about? Like Boboka, I remember my last very bad accident that I had. It's a border guy that knocked me from behind. Now I want to get police in Chama went in Yambukeno YMCA. Omana border, you know how absent-minded they can be. It was in 2012. How absent-minded they can be. Because I just now from behind bumper yang I was driving my Chibina, the UAB 155J. Bumper yang in Eureka. Name parking a body and Sasule. Aba border ni bajaba and Kubi. Actually, from that time, I don't like border guys. I don't like border guys. Why? Guy Yantomera, it was clear guy Yantomera. And I parked aside and paid sent. Aba border never jane batandiko kumpuba. What's the gate? So in Uganda, I think this should generally apply everywhere. In Uganda, whenever you can avoid having a wrong with someone that you're better than, avoid it. Never quarrel with someone who is under you, let's say financially. Never quarrel with someone who doesn't look as good as you. Never quarrel with someone that doesn't dress as well as you. Never quarrel with someone that doesn't have as much fame as you. You will be on the losing side. They have nothing to lose at that moment. So the sooner I think we learn this as a people, the better for us. So if you get involved in an accident with a border guy, like there is a border accident I got in with in the estate. Nali nzija ababoda nga bali mukuyigira mu kubo ne banoluji, because instead of knocking him for like maso na mukona n'oluji nasoka ne mpugula ati nesanga yo bwana nezija ne n'oluji. So the moment I saw what happened, I got out of the car, talked to the guy, ne mutuza mu motoka ne mutwala mu ddwaliro ne mulekayo nga bamukolako. I came back, got his border, took it for repair, then I went to town. The hospital where I took him knew me. So I told them, work on him, I'll pay. They worked on him, the border, ne wabu mechanical border, na muleka na ye musasudde. I went nga tebamanja. Then later on, they had a drunkard friend of theirs who called me. Ngamba, kakati ofisa mtwaito tuwadde na sente. Tuwe sente, twagala sente. I just switched off the phone. At least I got him medical attention. I repaired their border. I have never heard from them again. So every time you get into like a wrangle with a person that is poorer than you, looks worse than you, smells worse than you, dresses badly, worse than you, has a car that is older than yours, please try as much as possible to stay away. Because those people, we were seeing obungi mu Uganda, and these are things that probably people don't tell us. Never bafete babitugamba. But omuntu nga akusinga, especially omuntu nga akusinga okuba obubi, those are very dangerous people. Which they start seeing you as an enemy. They start looking at you like it's you who has what they are supposed to have. It's a fact. It's a fact. Like a border guy will look at you like you're driving the car they are supposed to be driving, and they want to milk you. Sometimes people will even say, you get it? It's like you're driving a car you're not even rich, but according to them, it seems like you have reached the epitome of wealth. Msajja atovuga ka Corolla nenga bwakutunulira bwati. I remember on that day when I got into the accident with that border guy, there was a guy across the road. The guy was really angry with me. He was more angry with me more than the people that we had the accident with. He started shouting on the top, "Oh, yo, guy, yo! And then I told him, why are you angry? Guy munange yalina obusungu bwenze nga simanyi busungu gye buva. And like Eddan yalinga atunulira n'obusungu nze nga manya atunula butunuzi bubi oba muntu mubi. Kumbe the guy has anger. I know obusungu bubeera mu mutima. So but eventually that I solved. But I've learned to deal with people that are not doing as well as you. People that are not doing as well as you, they tend to think that you got to where you are by damaging people, by harming people. You know how Ugandans can be thinking. Tell him that Uganda was that you can get to a better place without doing juju. You can get to a better place without stealing. You can get to a better place without taking what does not belong to you. It's kind of like the belief system right now in Uganda. Because we have a lot of almost all rich people have stolen land that doesn't belong to them. Almost all of them. Almost all rich people have stolen money. So now Ugandans kind of believe that for you to get it to a better place, you have done something bad. Good morning, Africa, Karota. Bashir Mukaras, good morning. In Uganda, things when you are focused and with the clear targets, in Uganda is easier for me because I know bazze kubala ono wendi wali delicate mwe if you know Ugandan roots. Obera na bwa 10 tusime Eddie, good morning. Simanyo wano wakutejja kichenyo aka older yours awo tokubye nnyo, but Stanley, it's the truth. Kutesa David Seguya Ronald, thank you banaye bantu mwe mwebali abagenda mu super chat. Another thing in Uganda, bosirika tewali kyoba. Amina, bosirika tewali kyoba. I think okusirika n'okugenda n'esibira mu ka office kange olumu nako kinakyo kibako bikintaasa biyitirivu. It's better to be humble as much as possible, no matter how rich you are. Good morning, Wilbur. But David, Uganda tebiriko kuba mugagga. Uganda buli wobeera mu bantu b'osingako beera humble. Bagala balowooze nti bakusinga amagezi, totegeera, okitegeera. It's not about you being rich. It's about you being better than people. People don't want you to be better than them at anything. Arthur, next time you move with your uncle, and when you go to the village, get a good chiboko kodruga. Put it in your car. The next time a border scratches you, mutere uncle. Let them try. Starch. Ojakuba omwana boda akugireye mu. Mwaba tamanyi abana ba boda abamu bambega. Ono babadde accident, by the way. I think that's why we have jam. Manyi bulwala sana ba boda nga bakungana bala bebitategereka ngomanya wabadde accident. Balina olugambo. Wa taxi ayina gwakonye. See accident actually. Something has happened at this building. I don't know what it is. Something has happened at this building. Nikati omanyi waliwo naffe kirasi gye tutukamu nga tukyasobola kukola lugambo. Kati banda abatyanga nsize ndaddwa mbuuza bati ekibadde awo bannange nabo tebamanyi nga nabo bateebereza buteebereza. Starch, ojja kuwa omwana akugireyo emmundu akufukamize. Yani yagamba Antonio, they were in Nairobi, ne babebasa mu ttaka ne bayimba Oluswayiri. Abaana ba boda abamwe bambega pure. That's why borders can't just go away. Okitegeera mwebuuze wakatula ku boda meka na guy natandika kunyumiza politics akuchekinga. Abeera akuchekinga. Good morning, Josiah. Uganda is not a bad country, but the only problem is people love to act rich yet they are not. How they eat all the money they have. Thank you, Travel Life. Ge mazima mu Uganda abaana beejalabya nnyo. Abaana beejalabya. In Uganda, someone can make 20,000 and spend 30,000 at night. Okitegeera? Me, that's one thing I've realized. People spend money. In Uganda, people spend. Good morning, Arthur. And the reminding is the mobile money membership subscription. Yes, I'm going to work on it. Osanga Shabe look like Sobi type on a border, thinking he's poor guy. Kumbe mbega. Hey, abo bayitirivu nate. Bayitirivu. Abalinga batyo. So you need to be very careful. Nemu taxomo. There are so many places where those guys are. So in Uganda, by the way, in Uganda, just don't get into wrangles with people. Because one thing we need to understand, it's an unwritten rule. Majority of Ugandans are not civilized. The less trouble you get into with another Ugandan, the better for you. The less trouble you get into with another Ugandan, the better for you. Because the person can just come na kutematema ni jambia. So anyway, the other unwritten rule on the road is if you can keep your windows up, keep your windows up. It saves you a lot of trouble. Because if you keep your windows down, chizibu kuvuga notayomba. Sometimes some drivers in Uganda are really annoying. Nti buli omojja kwagala omuvume. Buli omojja kwagala oyombe naye. It's a very bad thing. Then this is a written rule. It's a written rule, but it's also unwritten. Stop using your phone while you drive. Stop using your phone, especially women. Let me show you what you guys do when you're driving, and it's a very bad thing. You'll be driving, because I'm demonstrating. Someone is driving yard. Ngaliat, and they are shameless. Emoro kateri muna tinti ngaliat abamwe beera na one. N'abasajja by the way, but it's mostly women. Nengo oyinza okusanga omusajja ng'avuga ng'ali bw'atyo ku ssimu. Naddala abantu abavuga emmoroka empya, because those new cars have AC. Yeah? And because they have AC, endabirwamu ziba waggulu, so asobola obeera ku ssimu ye ne batagibba. N'abeera ati, it's a very idiotic thing. It's actually a stupid thing for someone to do. Okuvuga ng'oli mu scrolling social media. Okitegeera, ojja kutomera ofuna ebizibu. And I think that's why majority of the cars that have accidents now are new cars. Okitegeera, they are so used to being on the phone literally all the time that omuntu ayinza otomera abantu n'abatta n'abamala ku kkubo ekimukoze ekyo kubeera nti abeera ku ssimu all the time. It's a very bad thing kyalibadde nga tukyewalira ddala. Okitegeera. Good morning, David. David, nzabasajja ba boda mbatya. There is a reason why boda guys are not tampered with. There is a reason why they can't leave town. Okitegeera. Boda industry is bigger than us. Nze there is a time nakoonako kuwa boda namukoonako bukoonyi naye yali mu nsobi. I was near Eastern Gate awo ye Makerere. Ne tuyingira ku police post ye Makerere. Police station ye Makerere. Ngenze kulopa omusajja ankozesezza ensobi because I knew what had happened. Tuyingira police guy n'akuba salute, jamba afande. Nafuluma bufulumi ne mugamba oyagala sente mmeka. Because he was saluting the afande, he knew them. Okitegeera. So from that tenza ababoda mbagenda mpola. And it's very hard for you to argue with a policeman. You cannot argue. And by the way, they are policemen, you will never know that they are policemen. Era buli lwona bango wa boda nga ali mu boda nga anyirira, osi wa boda. Don't forget, whenever you see a boda guy looking nice, skinny anyirira, ekirevu akisala, ali smart, boda ye mpya, si wa boda. I'm telling you, the real boda guys don't look good. The real border guys don't look good. The real border guys don't have time to put after. They don't even get aftershave on their beards. The real border guys don't cut their hair every week. Because the real border guys have like 5 kids from 2 different women. They have things to take care of at home. So whenever you see a border guy that looks good, be careful. He's not a border guy. Arthur, talk about the phone users who put babies and young kids on their thighs while driving, putting big water bottles between their legs, throwing beer bottles under. Like in case of anything, your baby will hit the steering and probably get damages, get chest damages. What damages?
It's the cafe. Oh, it's Shamway.
Hey!
Do the hammer, do the hammer, do the hammer.
Muna! Duri walala!
Can do it together as one. Ninde bobo Gabriya tukora hamwe nuwabusinje nuwabumwe emirimo kwetwaza bwena tukwatanise. We can do it together as one.
Enyaukanya mu buzarwa nenyikiriza zaitu nikekitfora bembaganiza tumbeke hanga yaitu hamu.
Yes, we can do it together as one. We can do it together as one.
Eyo mukukola tuyombagana tulwanagana tusojjagana naye tukwatira ewamu ati agali awamu gegaluma ennyama. So we can do it. We can do it.
Yes, we can do it together as one. We can do it together as one.
Muna, amataka jitemberi. Jitemberi.
Bana, tuli kuchiwa.
Tuli mukatale.
Where the highs and lows may be there, the fights may be there, but when we get together as one, we can do it, we can do it. Tuchisobola, tuchibasa.
Nawamu tuchikusa.
Unwritten rules on the Ugandan roads 2024 update video. It's us reminding ourselves so that we always know. Nayenga kati chona chechiri. Jukida, don't play with border borders. Border borders are bigger than you. The border industry might even be bigger than health. One day, mwevumano wa sino track ematuka, but when you abused him amare yanyiga. Ante kati Antonio sikia asobola kuvuma abantu endabiro amuzange eva zibeera waggulu. Sijavuma abantu mbavumire no munda nete bifuluma because my windows are literally up all the time. Vinicats, good morning. Krani makatugule dashcams. By the way, if you can buy a dashcam, it's also a very good thing, so that you have evidence of whatever is happening. Sorry guys, this is out of context. Now yeah, I think over women should give up driving short skirts. Kuba chisuka. Nekati gobera mukuraba beach. Ngami, I don't see things. Nenga mbera sina chenda. Ata give me update on my first car namukade. Bana namukade jireke. Tukenda kufunda namukade iyo. Namukade yange lwaki togireka bashi. Ere moroke enywanga fitize yo ya bondi. Ere moroke enywa bulungi banna. Ere moroke enywa bulungi. No mwana yenyini agivuga Uber yangambye obana onye down payment. Nemuka soko oleke moroka yange. Bayagana na ejisasura ajesonyiwe. Wanafuna sente tumunonyeze iyi moroka yange isigale wejja kuba yabatabani bange. I'll find ways of paying my debts off. But I do pre-purchase inspection. If you're going to buy a car and you want to get a good car at a good price in good condition, you pay only 450,000 shillings in Ubay 2024. 450,000 shillings, and gomulimu goguba gusigadde gwa kanti emoroka njagadde mujikebere yo yagadde feje tukebera. You get your cars feno tuyita netujja ntukalachi John eri wabeera wala ate naye wamanyi okukwata ate we bakwata waba wabi nnyo ate wajjuddeyo ebitaala wano wamanyi okutambula just kati simanyi kyetuuseewo sirikale kyemanyi yatukutte. So pre-purchase inspection is one of the services I give. It's one of the ways that I keep this channel going. So bwoba ogenda gula emmoroka akasente ako tokampisaako. Sometimes waliwo guy yajja wano n'abuuza ayagala kugula kawundo ne mugamba teyagenda nange ng'agenda agula kawundo mu Bondo. Kawundo yagivuzeeyo weeks 2 engine newalala okitegeera engine newalala. And it seems like it's a very simple thing until you're buying a car from the bond. It doesn't need checking because it's a car from the bond. You need to check. There are some things that are very important for someone to check. Engine yakawundo efa nnyo nga bw'okiwulira. Engine yakawundo efa nnyo. So bw'oba ogenda kebera emmoroka, kawundo yeetaaga nnyo kebera bw'etambula naawe. Engine yakawundo tuyinza okugenda okukebera kawundo tulaba kawundo 20 nga kawundo 15 engine zaazo zonna nfu. Okitegeera. So you should always remember that bw'oba ogenda okugula emmoroka kawundo ziri delicate nnyo. They are good cars but their engines are very delicate. So always ne bw'oba ogenda gigula mu bondi bambi genda n'omuntu akeberereko. Ne bw'onooba togenze na Arthur, make sure you go with someone to help you check that car. So munaye emmoroka nga yankubiranga ne mugamba neddayo koje wagula emmoroka eyo laba bayinza okuwaayo kasente ogatteko. Ate engine eyo ya bbeeyi okureplacinga ya bbeeyi. So namugamba ddeyo. I don't know how that ended, but namugamba ddeyo mu bondi gye yagula emmoroka eyo because emmoroka yali empya. Naye ati kati abantu abamu mwagala okugula emmoroka ne musalawo mugule layisi. Nabagamba these importers of cars balina class. They have a class of waliwo abantu importing even lower than 3.5. Ate emmoroka gyakoma okuba with a big number in terms of class, the better. Kati waliwo ate importers that don't import cars that are less than 3.5 in terms of class. Nze nyina okugula ate ebiseera ebisinga ze zibeera ez'ebbeeyi. Kati bwe n'oyagala ogule layisi, buli w'onooyagala ogula layisi eyo ogenda okubaamu. Okitegeera. Naguze emmoroka ngivuzeyo emyezi 7 neefa gearbox. Okitegeera. That's because you are trying to save and you bought a cheap car from the bond. Okitegeera. Naye mwe nga tulina poliisi nyingi nnyo ku kiki. Al-Shabaab tebange yagala kutuddamu. Tulina poliisi, military poliisi, amagye, abapoliisi ababbululu. Now what if I want to engage with border guy in anything cause it don't wait wrangles. Bana babulabi seetaaga border sirinya border, I rather walk than taking a border. Nsereko starch olinganze. Nze nange sirinya border ntambula era wembera mu kibuga wano wesobola vuga moroka yange ntambulawo. Olumu kale ozirinya because olumu oyinza oba okooye nga basically you need to save some time or you need to get to a place naye nga bw'onootambula oyinza obutatuukayo olinya. But me I try as much as possible to avoid them. Okitegeera because owa border kati there is a time owa border ya twali ku bitaala awe bwayise. A border man nga atissa omuntu n'amuba ekigere ku bampa yange. Okitegeera. Nasooka nendowooza oba ne bampa yange agigjeeko. Saasooka kusaavaamu nasooka ne mugoba ne mukiika emmoroka mu maaso eyo. Bwe namukiika emmoroka mu maaso ne mugamba odduka ki. Nangamba emmoroka teri damage biki. N'omusabuze yali atudde ku boda namugamba kati nange okugulu kunnuma nnyo. The matter of fact omusajja oli gwe baakola okugulu I don't know. Kwamuluma n'akuwanika n'amassaging okugulu ati. Nenga kati you can imagine. He didn't even say sorry to his passenger. Okitegeera. Nenga whatever happened to that leg mukama amusaasira oyo omusajja. Border guys. Kati you can imagine yalumya passenger agenda omusasula sente. Kyokka ne passenger n'asirika. Kireka passenger gye yava bamuleetera layisi nnyo. Good morning Bill Gadgets UG. What's up? What is the minimum I can get old model Spacio that is in good condition? Unaweza jifuna nga 12, 13 right now. Unaweza jifuna 12, 13. And by the way, we have a Spacio that belong to the Imam. Imam yagenda kusoma na ajireka. If you want to buy a Spacio old model, you can look at the Imam's car because fetu ajironda osoro jitunulako nolaba obekolera n'ogigula. motoka ye yali nnungi bambi, yali yayagala n'obutagenda yagenda wano abasiraamu gye basomera obwa imaamu n'obwa sheek Mecca Madina, yagenda Madina, yali yakagula emmotoka ye wiiki egyo. He got a scholarship to go to Madina to study. Nankubira nga Mr. Arthur emmotoka yange nakagigula ngende siga ne muganda eri imaamu naawe beerawo banga eri gyogenda ogenda kujjayo ssente zijja okutwala mu bondi ino spasio gireke ojja kudda ogula endala. N'agamba kale Mr. Arthur ne mujja kunyamba mu gintundire ssente tuziteeke ku akawunti kwe naagatta ne. So a spasio eyo gyeri old model ya imam, he went to study, yali yakagigula bambi. So you can look at it n'olaba spasio ezo enkadde okusanga ennungi nno abasinga bazitunda 15, which I find to not be worth the money. Wogatako million ngemu babi no ofuna new model. So I find that if you can buy like 12-13 million, you'll be getting a good deal. What is the minimum? Okay, Kumaze Bill Gadgets. Good morning, Arthur. This is off topic. Between a Rumion 1.8, 1.3, which one is better option in terms of fuel consumption, value for money, and overall performance? Of course, the 1.8 liter Rumion will give you better performance. But me, you're talking to someone that is driving a Vitz 1000cc, and I have no problem. And I drive it the way I was driving my Corolla properly. So I can tell you that a 1.5 liter car will definitely give you the performance that majority of Ugandans need. Abantu have got 2.4 liter cars. They should be driving them simply because they can afford them, not because the car is going to give you any special kind of power. Corolla Mojidaba, that's the newer model of the Corolla. So anyway, I find that the 1.5 liter car will give you better consumption. It will still give you the same comfort the 1.8 liter car gets. Which take it. So Katinzenga Arthur naliguze 1.5 liter. Sina chamanche njagala performance. Ira gule emmotoka gigulenge remove. If you can get one that has Valvematic well and good, there are not so many. It's a single genda gule rimu 1NZ. Wazile zirimu engine bagiyita batya erimu premium model 1.8. But by the 1.5, I find that it will give you better value for money. You will save some money in terms of fuel. Take it. Because gwemanya outliner gyetwakolako yali efaananira ddala eno musajja gye yagaana okutusasula naye Katonda ajja tuwaamu emikisa emirala. Yali efaananira ddala bweti naye yeri ku BH oba leka yeri ku BH. You see, I don't even remember the car. Omusajja anamukolera n'omutima gumu. Ketwekabo basalimu. Mugenda munnaamu for G77 security must be tight. Oh, G77. Those things, Kale, they are good for us as a country. They are good for us as a country. Kana kazimbe nakuba leka bakatunze mukalaba kana. Leka bakatunze Numak Mall. Wasi checho bagenda car repairing. Bakongezi. Manyi ba landlord bagezi. Actually, do you hear me when Manga waboard and Maso I hoot? It's one way to save myself the trouble. I hoot because our banana board have side mirror, but they don't even know how to use them. Which take it. So it's better that I hoot for them. Because I did not hoot. One board is abruptly. Which take it. How much is that spatio? Which spatio banango yogendere sigira bina gira. Spatio new model eri million nga 17 18. No kwambuka 17 18 ziri mu UAZ UAY UBA awe watu boboji funyi. Then jeko mokubo piano abana bazugula million 2 mu 7. Because spatio, people that buy spatios are like people that buy Subarus. They are really proud. They just want the car. They taina chirada chayagala kumanya. Ayagala spatio. We Butama. ennaku ezimu Corolla ambadde nga ngisanga wano naye leero sigisanzeeyo. Yukaleka yakoze ekiro kati yeebaseewo. Arthur is the Harrier or the old Harrier and its fuel consumption. And the Harrier, old Harrier, waliwo 2,230. 2,230 literally almost consumes like a Mark 2 grand. Consumes a little more though. But it's okay. Majority of you people can afford, especially if you don't live far from where you work from. So I'm thinking you can afford it. I think bill means the space of imam. Jagambe yo space ya imam enkadde. Dida kenebade ya bill the space of imam. Mujja kutesa na imam. Imam yajigula milioni, tiyajigula 12. Yajigula 12. Naina akora mu suspension. So bajira mu million 13. So you can come and look at it, Bill Gadgets. Come and look at it. Then bobosa sude pre-purchase inspection, we can also look at other options. But engage twana space yezo. Twaine imam nga yeye mwenyina ina musiramu munne. Nitugenda nga space eri mvundu. But you come and look at it. Good morning, Arthur. So you change the interior of the Vitz. This is another Vitz, Isaac. This is another Vitz. Nzana nanzija kati mu Vitz anabachi. Vitz jireke. Enywanga Corolla. Kati mu abantu abalavuge muroke nanzisimanche muliko. But anyway, guys, kansoma amanyamba simple. It's 1 hour and a half. Let me read your comments, your names and go. Wilson, Nelson Wabui, Moses Heath, Joshua Mugalasi, Sengendo Abdul, Michael Semwanga, Balvids, Antonio Hamim, Mutumba Pade, Black Book, Sareri, Joshua, Semuga Jovan, Chigozi Stanley, Kutesa David, Clark Raim, Hanaba Joshua, Chigozi Stanley, Herbert, Lucky Mose, Akatu Hurira, Boaz, Seguya Ronald, Emmanuel Kabare, Lemon Solomon, Pius Lubowa, Muhammad Medi, Nsereko Starch, Council Patrick Asiku, Travel Life Vlog, Derek Lule, Cam Besije, 5256, Juko Nicholas, Deep in Coffee, Bruno Bakahika. Esawa yange. Njitereka muno mukantuka anti kati ngenda kola studio. Bintu ngenda kola mu studio. Saka temujibba temujane mujinona. Njirekawe sawa yange. Sawa ya bei sinza jitu ngenda kola hard labor. Africa Karota, Bashiri Mukarazi, Tusime Eddie, Seguya Ronald webali kusubscribinga, Semusu Wilba, Mudope Joshua, Josiah Bosa, Seka Jajon, David Sembatia, Vinny Katz, Seka Jack Ranma, Bill Gadgets UG, Anselm Isaac, Bashir Mukaraz. Apart from the engine capacity, else in terms of difference between Wish and Spacio, and the Wish is bigger. The Wish is bigger than the Spacio, so it will definitely give you much more. No kunywe nyok singa Spacio. So that's, I think that's literally the difference. With the Spacio, nobody can sit there. Good morning, Arthur. Can I get a Mac to Musota in good condition and price? You can get a Mac to Musota. Okujja konga tofude oba esite kola bichibichi naye bwo yagane mu lukanga buli kimu kikola kibalire million nga mu 10 ge mazima. Where can I see that Spacio from? Bill Gadgets, you WhatsApp me nkweleze number yo muntu ayine moroke yo gendo ogirabe. You WhatsApp me nkweleze number ogenda akulage moroke yo. Then then they will link you up with imam negotiating echo nacho muchimalirize. Kale guys, I wish you a very lovely day. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is Market Tuesday. Kamda bechengendo baso mesate ncha bale mukama abakume. Thank you for being part of this broadcast. Happy 2024 once again. Cha